straight into the BMW Car Club Racing Series now, an invitational category that joined us here on the Extreme Festival for the very first time and brought 36 cars along for the ride, and I think we're going to be in for some amazing action. Well done to Brian Penny for driving for Dell this weekend, and great to see Lee Thompson back in it.
Well, I've been helping out the guys at Gen Ace Transport just with some car setup and that, and they were good enough to give me one of the cars that was standing around. You know, it beats a Saturday sitting at home and doing nothing, so it's a nice bunch of guys, and you know, some good cars out there, and some guys are doing some good laps.
Well, as you can see, Lee not quite in the car he wanted to be in, but certainly will still be able to hold his own at the front end in Tuka Mechanicos' 135. There they are, side by side. Front end is Budnick. That's the 45 car. That's a car that was developed, of course, by Lee Thompson, so he should know exactly where the chinks in the armor are on that car. On board here with Des Bloom, the custom shop BMW, as they head down towards turn 1, which is BMW Performance Corner, and Kimbo Coffey's car in fourth place, and round into the dirt already. 2 or 3 cars. I think one of them might be Justin Robinson in the 328 Big Boss car. Had to take evasive action as another 328 went a little bit haywire and not quite to plan. This is Ricky Giannacaro's point of view, looking from just behind the driver as they head up towards Castrol Edge Corner. The G&H Racing man is certainly pushing hard, and around the outside is his stablemate, this one. That is Lee Thompson showing Budnick how to get through Castrol Edge Corner on the outside. But he's still got some work to do, as we see here from Budnick closing in on the back end of Thompson. Look at the front though. Mike McLaughlin in the backdraft Cobra has got to the front and is showing these boys the way through. Yes, that's not a BMW, but of course how this club works is if you're part of the club, you can drive any vehicle as long as you are part of this club membership. And Mike McLaughlin has been here for a while. So has his teammate Tony Martin. Look for the red one just in the background. That is the big backdraft Cobra driven by the Daytona winner himself, Tony Martin. Into turn 1, and it's Thompson trying to keep out Budnick. Then Ricky Giannacaro being pushed hard by Kish Patamba, and good to see Kish back in a race car. Hasn't been in one for a while, and he certainly hasn't lost the skills. A little bit further back, there he is, Tony Martin, the red one. I said Mike Salt having some fun and games with him. Tony Martin certainly keeping out the rest of these BMWs, but wasn't able to keep out the little Mini out the front end there. Being piloted this weekend by South African karting champion Jordan Sherritt. Great to see the youngster getting a bit of experience in tin tops, and this is the kind of experience you can see. Wow, that was from Des Bloom. That was the first lap incident, as you see. Both those cars having to take evasive action. One of them was Justin Robinson in the Big Boss Auto 328i. And some other cars going haywire too. Oh! Speaking of haywire, it doesn't get worse than that. Mike McLaughlin spinning out in the pack and just being avoided by Chris Budnick. Something has broken on that Lexus-powered machine, and I don't think, well, this is the viewpoint of Budnick. How he missed McLaughlin, I have no idea. Great driving, Chris. The Cedar Isle BMW certainly has some good handling there. But check, all around the track, they are just BMWs, either on the grey stuff or spinning out somewhere else. There's Brian Penny, Mrs. Brown's Barbecue 350Z, as we mentioned earlier, driving for Dale and giving him a chance to put the car on the track, and he certainly has got some good lap times behind him. The Sav Speed car, well, Dino Familiaris, that's not where you want to be headed, but you've got to turn right there, not left. Here comes Justin Robinson making a big maneuver to get back through the field after that first lap incident. There's just action everywhere, and Penny's involved in the thick of it here through Castrol Edge. 2 BMs sandwiching that 350Z. Throw a little bit of Mrs. Brown's barbecue sauce on it. I think that's what's required. Here comes Tuka Mechanicus' car, and of course that is being piloted by Lee Thompson. Mike Wenzel fighting in a 2002 BMW. So it doesn't matter how old your BM is, you can come and race it here too. This is the checkered flag lap, I think, as we head down into Goldwagen Corner. Budnick's opened up about a 4.5 second lead over Lee Thompson. Thompson not able to get through the traffic as well as what he'd hoped, and Chris Budnick takes first blood here in the BMW Car Club. Confirmation of the results there. Budnick winning things out over Lee Thompson. Ricky Giannacaro hung on for third place ahead of Carlo Garbini, then Kish Patamba and Tony Martin. Brian Penny, a great effort there in the 350Z to beat out Mike McLaughlin, who eventually was still classified down in 8th ahead of Dino Familiaris and Des Bloom. Justin Robinson, a good recovery from him after his first lap incident, up to 13th ahead of Wust and Rivera. So as the drivers get ready for race number 2 now, I think we're going to see more action here because it's going to be Gianni Giannacaro, who is on pole position for race start 2. Kish Patamba alongside him, then Lee Thompson on his inside, Tony Martin. Mike McLaughlin has got the second backdraft Cobra sorted, and Chris Butnick will be alongside him. We go on board with Butnick as they head down into turn 1. Look at the 2 backdraft Cobras trying to force Thompson wide. Thompson just hangs on, soaks up the pressure, and he's on the right line for turn 2. Renexcon corner is where it all could happen. Hard braking on the inside. Kish Patamba had a big look there to sneak through on Gianni, but Gianni Giannacaro has hung on. And can he keep this big field of cars behind him? 34 of them all in all. A couple of cars not quite making it to both heats due to the fact they were busy in this as well as in other categories, Des Bloom being one of them. And we saw him action-packed in the 111 Sports and Saloon, so he certainly has a busy day in the saddle and has got a lot of work to do here in this race. The 2 backdraft Cobras, Tony Martin keeping Mike McLaughlin at bay. You can see that McLaughlin's got the wing. Tony Martin hasn't gone quite with the big option there. He has got a wing on it, but the 2 roadsters are certainly fighting in amongst themselves, and that's allowing both Gianni Giannacaro and Kish Patamba to get away. But Lee Thompson is looking for a way through. Thompson will have a look maybe here going into the final turn. He brakes later than Kish and sneaks ahead. Kish Patamba is in the thick of it here and loving life back in this BMW car racing series. Bit further back in the pack there goes Robinson. Here comes Manny Ribeiro on the inside, looking for a way through, using the curb ever so slightly. Mike Jones involved there as well, and Des Bloom trying to find a way past. Mike Jones is on the inside here. Let's see where Des Bloom decides to go. Is he going to go left through there and try and take a wide apex for the second turn? No, he hangs on to the inside line. Justin Robinson looking for a way around on Ribeiro. Hard braking is required, and that's exactly what all of these guys are doing. Look at Strom. Wow, that is awesome stuff from him too. He sneaks through there, and Heinz Strom in the second of those MBS carrier cars is just keeping this field very, very honest. Speaking of honest, the Mayfair gearbox car is thrown in for good luck as well. Here comes Bruce Turner in the Speed and Sound BMW, and look at the front end. Wow, the 2 backdraft cars have eventually found their way through. And the Lexus power has proved to be too much for Kish Patamba, but will that BMW sneak through on his inside? Butnick coming through in the E46 M3 GT, and has he got it? I think he might have snuck through. He has. Kish Patamba unfortunately having to give way to the slightly more powerful cars now as we're in the thick and in the middle of this race. McLaughlin now has lots of work to do if he wants to catch Lee Thompson, and whoa! Tony Martin missing the braking marker completely. The 00 car has gone from hero to 00 and parked it on the outside. That's not what you want to be doing, Tony Martin. But fortunately, no damage to the car, and he'll probably just get himself back through the kiddie litter. And there you can see, just under braking, the back wheel stepped out, and it looks like something might have broken on the front end of that car. Let's wait and see how far he gets around this track, and if he's able to finish things up. But look at the front end! Lee Thompson all over the back of Gianni Giannacaro. Giannacaro trying to hang on for this win. Can he keep Thompson at bay? Look how he goes on the bower. Very late on the brakes, both of them extremely late, heading into the top of the hill. This is the last lap, remember, and Lee Jones, yes indeed. Unfortunately, that's where you're going to end up. I don't think you're going to catch Justin Robinson just ahead of you. And look, Lee Thompson has not been able to get past Gianni. Gianni Giannacaro in the G&H Transport BMW is going to win things out here. Second race of the day, and it's G&H 1 and 2 across the line, beating out Chris Butnick in the Cedar Isle E46 M3. An amazing effort there from the top 2. Mike McLaughlin eventually hanging on for 4th to beat out Garbini and Ribeiro. And in 7th place, a super run from Dino Familiaris, who went off, came back for 7th, beating out Justin Robinson and Lee Jones. Des Bloom in 10th, Kukamur and Heinz Strom your top 12. With Krobler down in 13th in the Mayfair gearbox machine, beating out Martinelli, Nick Smythe, Rian Wust, Mike Wenzel and John Dreyer. Driving for his son today, great to see Brian Penny in full force.
I had a good time, I haven't raced competitively for about 30 odd years, and today I did it for my son Dale, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself. It was really great, the camaraderie was great, the spirit on the circuit was very, very good. Had a good day.
Manny Ribeiro also had a fantastic day, eventually finishing up 2nd in Class B's in the 2nd race.
A bit difficult because I was caught off guard in the paddock, so I didn't have my helmet on, so I had to start right from the back. And pretty went well. Hard race to get past everybody, but very good race, yeah.
And had probably the best race of the day and one of the best of his career, Gianni Giannacaro from G&H Transport.
I had a great start. Kisho came up on my inside, but I just held my head together and I went. The car ran superb. Yeah, I couldn't ask for anything better. And yeah, Lee Thompson has done a fantastic job on the car, just working well, and I managed to escape, so I'm happy.